What's going on, guys? Today was absolutely just insane. I'm gonna go over quickly what happened with SPY, what I think is gonna go on in the next days, couple days that's coming up with SPY and other some big name stocks such as Nvda, Amazon, Tesla, and yeah, and then also just keep in mind, guys, none of this is financial advice or anything like that. And if you guys are in the Discord, you already know what's up. If you want to join the Discord, the only sub Discord, the link should be in the bio. But let's get right into it with SPY here. It is not looking that great, right? Today we had a bit of a pullback day, and as of right now, we're testing this gap here, right? So what we did before this big move up, right? We captured a big move the other day, and now it's doing the same thing right now, right? So over here in this gap, SPY tested once, tested twice, and then had this huge bounce. So now, again, we're testing a gap, right? Gaps again are imbalances in the market that there's liquidity there that buyers can be having their orders ready. So that's what these gaps are, right? So that's why it's testing here. It caught a little bit of bounce, but bears, they're still trying to push it down. So we got to see what happens tomorrow. Keep in mind, tomorrow is PMI data coming out at 9:45, and it's also OPEC. So it's might be pretty volatile. Just be very cautious on how you trade, especially zero DTEs in particular. So yeah, just be mindful of that. So now SPY. Right now, SPY looks a little bit better than QQQ, and I'm going to go over QQQ in a second. But as of right now, I can show you what we were tracking earlier in the day in the Discord was this. Let me pull up my lines here. Right here. So you can see SPY. I know there's a lot of lines here, but look at this one line that I have going from here all the way up here. So this is its long-term trend. Well, not too long, but from May 31st, right? And you can see it caught a bounce here and then almost pull back here, but now it's catching another bounce here. So what you want to see for bulls is to hold this trend. And I told the guys in the Discord, until this trend is broken, do not short, right? The reason why, again, unless you get lucky, you want to short it, whatever do you. But if you look to get short here and it doesn't break, you are going to get crushed, right? Because the trend always is going to be your friend, and we are still in this uptrend. I get it, everybody wants to look for a pullback. At the end of the day, you gotta look at a chart. If there is no break, you cannot short, right? So that's what we're looking at on SPY. And with some of the levels here I have, as right now it's holding this 785. I know some of this might be confusing, but right now it's holding a pretty decent support area. You have confluence of this trend, and we had a dark pool signature print that came in earlier today, and I mentioned this in the Discord, that if this was buyers, and this is indicated by this purple line here, that if this was buyers, then they may have stepped in to protect the trend. We don't know exactly what the dark pool is, like what side the dark pool is taking, but seeing that they have held it so far, maybe it is a sign that they are going to look for a bounce this coming week. And again, it really depends on the upcoming data tomorrow. If the PMI data is not good, I'm telling you, this could break down, and it's going to come down to this 543 level, 544, and that's the 618 golden pocket here. So if that happens, just make sure you guys again, just make sure you look for a break. Again, if you're going to short, look for a break of this trend, and that could look like maybe around 546, 547-ish, break of that, and then it could probably pull back to some of these lower levels here, 545.66, and then 544 down here. So that's what you want to look for on SPY for upside targets. You could look at PMI is pretty good, and then you could, we could probably ascend as high as 550 again, test all-time highs. But that's what we're looking at as of right now. So just be cautious. Tomorrow is going to be pretty volatile. And let me just pull up QQQ here. Now QQQ looks a little bit not that great for bulls right now. It's a bearish engulfing on the daily, and Nvda looks very similar to this. I'm going to show Nvda in a sec. But this is not a good look for with the overall market, how it could look. If QQQ is weak, could bring down SPY, could bring down a lot of other stocks with it, right? As of right now, it's testing this daily gap here. You want to see bulls. If you're bullish, you want to see a push up and a candle close, ideally above 483.50. That will show an indication that bulls are defending, that there has been a lot of buyers that have came in this gap area, and that they can potentially send this up. But if that does not happen, you're looking at a full gap fill and then the inversion of this gap. So what that means is you are invalidating a gap, you're not catching the bounce, and then you broke down to lower levels. There are some dark pool levels here that may act as support, but if you lose this gap here, which is about 479.30, we're probably coming down to 476, down to this lower gap here. Again, this 9 EMA here, this green line, and then this lower gap here could get tested. Again, the PMI could just easily do that, and then we lose some of these key levels. 479.42, basically the bottom of this gap, is your maximum fill area. If that breaks, then yeah, we could be coming down a bit lower than that. So that's what it looks like on Q. We gotta see what data looks like tomorrow. So sit tight for that. As of right now, for VIX had a massive pump today. Earlier this morning at like 9 o'clock or so, got this big wick in the pre-market and then just fully send it all the way up here, just blasting through a few of these resistances, this golden pocket. So as of right now, you want to see VIX pull back here. It's in a bit of a triple top zone here. There's a resistance here, right? So now you want to see VIX. If it pushes through, that will do it, right? That will bring the market down. And you don't want to see that if you're bullish, right? Otherwise, you want to see a rejection here and then pull back under 1320, and then that could probably test this 1280 area come tomorrow. Otherwise, there could be a chance of consolidation, who knows? But PMI is a pretty big data point. There's OPEC, so I am not, you never know which way the direction of the market could want to go. So just be mindful. VIX under 1320, you want to see that, and then my market can have a push up. Let's go into Nvda here. Like I mentioned before, Nvda bearish engulfing here. So ideally, if you're gonna short this, I think it's a great opportunity short, because this golden pocket here, the 65618, is basically, I was telling my Discord today, under 132 you want to short, over 132, basically 132.40 you want to long. Right now it's under it. You have a bearish engulfing. It looks very good for a short setup here. So if you're gonna short it, next area I would look out for is 129 level. This two yellow lines here, which is the next golden pocket. Break that, and you're coming down to 127. There's a 50 SMA right here. So this 129 could be a very realistic target tomorrow for Nvda. If again bulls do reclaim this 132.40, that would be your risk, and so just be mindful of that, right? Amazon looks really good. Now Amazon, the reason I think Amazon is probably a lot of the rotation right now is going into Amazon from Nvda and Aapl, and just based off of this pattern right now, right? You've seen some volume come in here, which is a very good indication that there is accumulation going on here, right? You have an ascending triangle setup. This support that has held from back in March or February, and now it's testing here. This area is getting pretty tight here. You see a clear indication that bulls have held this golden pocket here. So that's 186. I was saying this in the Discord that Amazon needs to be over 186, and then you could look to take a long. There was also a huge call buyer, about like 14 million. He bought deep in the money, but another confluence, right? You look for these confluences of things that play in a bullish bias, let's say, and when you see something like a $14 million call buyer, like that's already a huge bet that there is expectation that this could potentially send. So your upside targets right now for Amazon is break of all-time high, right? So you want to see Amazon break out of this here ascending triangle, and then test this 190 191 level, when Amazon breaks this level, the all-time highs here, 200 is going to be the next stop. So prepare for that. I'm giving you guys a heads up right now. 200 is not out of the question for Amazon. Okay, so just be mindful of that. So SMCI today, banger play today. If you guys were in Discord, man, we hit this one on the dot. It was pretty nuts. Went exactly as planned, but as of right now, looks like an H pattern is setting up here. So bearish pattern, right? If this pulls back, you rejected the 618, which is a very bearish sign here. So you don't want to see as a bull. You want to reclaim this 950 level here. Otherwise, you're looking at a pullback at that point, right? So what the pullback could look like, and I have this trend here. So it broke out of this trend, and now it might potentially be a bull trap if it does pull back all the way down here. So bulls need to hold this 883, 884 level, and ultimately not break back into this trend here. Otherwise, this was this long-term trend that it broke out of, and that actually launched it all the way up to 1000. So that's what you're looking at. Ultimately, getting over 1033.58 will be key for bulls. Otherwise, yeah, look out for how you want to play SMCI. Tesla's got a big old cup and handle pattern here. So the thing with Tesla right now, it looks like it's rejecting this cup and handle pattern, right? So you have this cup and then this handle here. So, and the thing about this handle is, this is the area when it got over this 188 level, this golden pocket here, it basically just got rejected. Big time bull trap here. A lot of people got faked out, and now it just pulled back below here, basically filling this gap. So now bulls need to have the bounce here. Otherwise, you're going to come down and test this 177 level, which is a macro golden pocket, which is these two blue lines. If this 177 level breaks, 170 is probably going to be the next target after that, and you have another gap over here which could get filled. So look out below if you're in Tesla. Right now it looks like pretty bearish as of right now. You know, Tesla has a mind of its own when it comes to how it moves, and you know, it doesn't really follow market. Sometimes it just goes inverse market, like it goes opposite of where SPY and QQQ are going. If Tesla's going down, market's going up. If market's going up, if market's going down and Tesla's going up. So, you know, just be mindful how you trade Tesla. It can be very volatile and not as clear. GME, I know GME's have just been going up and down lately and just not really giving any direction. A lot of them, a lot of the degens, the YOLOers that are playing GME right now, they're probably very frustrated. But there was a bit of call buying today. A lot of some buyers started coming in and trying to push this thing up. A lot of significant amounts. So if you guys were in the Discord, I've actually posted the flow on GME. If you guys saw that, then you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. If you guys don't know what that flow, that tab that I have in there, that's literally $100 value. Utilize that so that you guys can see where sentiment is going in terms of any given stock, right? Whatever I post up there, and that can give you a bit of an extra confluence and an idea on what positions to take and the direction of any given stock based off of what's in the flow there. And that should do it here. I'm going to post another video, guys, but I appreciate you guys. If you guys want to join the Discord, you're not new or whatever, link is in the bio, and